Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending our class. So right now we have wait, I will share screen the Bella. Okay, so don't forget to take attendance. Yeah, don't forget to take attendance. And now we will go to the week 8. And right now, this week we will learn about the chapter 22. Chapter 22 is talking about capital acquisition and repayment cycle. Yeah, like in the image in here, if you have a company and the company needs funds, nah, the funds can be obtained by debt and capital. Ya, by berhutang dan modal saham. Ya, only these two way to get the funds. Ya, fundraising. Ya, through the debt. And of course, if you have a debt, you need to pay the interest. And if you have the stocks, yeah, you need to pay with dividend. Yeah, that's simple. Yeah, so means this chapter it's not difficult, and the transaction it's just a very few transaction, but the characteristic is this the transaction is all of the transaction are material, yeah, highly material. Okay, so for the input you can download the PowerPoint. This is the original, and we have the Zoom meeting for the process. And for the output we only have one assignment. Yeah, it's only the multiple choice like always. Why? Because for the case, yeah, to be honest, in the practical for this cycle, yeah, capital acquisition and repayment cycle, it's like almost there is no misstatement. Yeah, almost it's very few transaction, easy to verify. Yeah, and yeah, uh, there is no problem with these cycles. It's very few company have kind of problem with their capital. Yeah, so I mean the audit is not hard. Yeah, you just need to verify something and it's done. And of course, make a recalculation about the interest and the others. Yeah, the dividend. Yeah, but it's not difficult. Okay, so let's go to the PowerPoint. Okay, for the PowerPoint, yeah, as you can see, there are 4 learning objective. Like always, you need to know what accounts related this in these cycles, and of course the unique characteristic. Yeah, because of this unique characteristic, they can have like their own cycle. Yeah, capital acquisition and repayment cycle. And of course, because we already, I already told you before, there are 2 ways to raise your funding through the debt or the notes payable, yeah, or with the equity, owner's equity, like the stocks. Okay, and we will go to the audit, yeah, the design, the substantive test. Okay, so let's go to the learning objective 1. Wait a minute. Okay. Uh, 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 okay. Okay, learning objective 1, we need to identify the accounts and the unique characteristic of this capital acquisition and repayment cycle. Let's go. Okay, so the main concern, yeah, the main concern, like I said before, is the debt and the capital. Yeah, your capital resource through the interest bearing debt, yeah, and owner's equity, and of course the repayment of the capital, which means the dividend. Okay, and there are 4 unique characteristics for these cycles, and of course we have to consider about this characteristic to get an audit. First, these cycles only have few transactions, but yeah, each of them is highly material. Yeah, each of the transaction is highly material, and of course the exclusion or the misstatement, yeah, happen on a single transaction will be considered material. Yeah, it's in line. Yeah, the transaction is material. Of course, the misstatement for its transaction, of course, will be material. Yeah, and for each of the transaction have legal relationship. Yeah, means in Indonesia you heard about the hukum perdata. Yeah, each of the transaction will relate with the legal case, something like the dividend, the payment and the others. All of the transaction will have a legal relationship. Like the stocks, bond. Bond is obligasi, or the similar owner document. Okay, and the fourth characteristic is they have direct relationship, between interest and dividends accounts and debt and equity. Like I said before, if you talk about the debt, you need to pay the interest. If you talk about the equity, and of course you will need to pay the dividends. This is the four characteristic. Few transaction but material. Its misstatement is material, have a legal relationship, and the direct relationship between the debt and interest, equity and dividend. Okay, this is the unique characteristic. And this is the accounts related with this cycle. Not payable, contract payable, mortgage payable, bonds payable, interest expense, accrue expense, appropriation of return earning, treasury stocks, dividend declare, bank loan, cash in bank, capital stock common, preferred, paid in capital, donate capital, return earning, dividend payable, capital account. In Indonesia, in the Indonesia case, usually we have this, this one, bank loans, Usually, many the public company also, they average have almost or most of them have bank loan, Instead of the stocks, they have bank loan. And of course, if you have the bank loan, of course you will deal with the interest expense and accrue expense, of course. And the others, of course, the capital stock. Of course, the bank loan will related with the cash in bank. Also the capital stock will relate with the cash in bank. And if we talk about the capital stock, it will deal with the paid in capital in excess of par. I have a question. Is there any of you already got this material in the financial accounting about the stocks? I need to know.
No, sir.
No.
Wait. Depend on how. I mean, kayak apa pelajarannya?
Treasury stock. Did you ever heard about this?
Yes, but I think me personally, I know all of this, but maybe not in-depth learning. Sir.
Oh, it's okay. Audit not really need to have a deep learning. Okay. Okay. Back again in Indonesia, this accounts is most likely happen. Of course, this one return earning, dividend payable. This accounts most likely, in the company in Indonesia they have these accounts. But the others, of course, some company have the bonds payable. Bonds means obligasi, obligasi. Mortgage, not really, Contracts, some. Not payable don't have, Proprietorship, partnership is depends on the company's type, Donated capital, I don't think so, and of course the preferred stock also. Okay, so about the characteristic and the main concern, is there any question until here?
Safe and sound, sir.
Okay, so once again, I want to say these cycles only, it's very simple cycles. You need to know the funds raising in the company can obtain by the debt and capital. If you talk about the debt, of course you will pay the interest. If you talk about the stocks, of course you have to repay with the dividend. That's all. And of course, bear in mind that every transaction happen in the cycles is highly material and have a legal relationship. That's all. Okay, that's for the learning objective one. Not that difficult. Right now we will go for the first is the debt. Yeah. In this book, Aaron's, they talk about the notes payable. Okay, so in Indonesia, if we translate notes payable in Indonesia, it means wesel bayar, or some said surat sanggup bayar, or some said promise note. Yeah, yeah. So a note payable is a legal obligation, ya, legal obligation, ya, terikat hukum, ya, to a creditor by unsecured or secured by asset, and bear the interest. Means if you have a note payable, you need to pay the interest. Okay, in Indonesia we call it perjanjian tertulis yang ditandatangani pada tanggal yang ditetapkan, ya, untuk membayarkan sejumlah uang. Ya, termasuk interest, ya, including the interest. But in Indonesia, we talk about Indonesia, not payable is, I don't know, ya, almost not exists, ya. We don't call it not payable, ya, but maybe we most likely call it contracts payable or maybe some perjanjian hutang, ya, but not payable. Okay, in Indonesia, most likely, if they want to raise the funds, to operate, to get a capital, from the debt, they need to go with the bonds, obligasi. Mereka menerbitkan obligasi, issue the bonds, And of course, if you ever heard this, Pevindo is PT Pemeringkat Efek Indonesia. Your bonds will be rated by the Pevindo. And of course, bonds will be controlled or supervised under the OJK, Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, like the stocks. For the facts, not payable is rarely found in Indonesia. Company Indonesia usually for the debt, they use the bank loan or the bonds. Usually, as I know, as I audit before, almost all of them have the bank loans, almost. But it's very few of them it's get the bonds way, to get the funding. So I need to give you the illustration for the notes payable, notes payable in here. Notes payable specifically goes to the individual person. Specifically, and usually it's under 1 year. Usually. So it's kind of the liability, the hutang lancar, so the notes payable specifically to individual and usually under 1 year. So if the notes payable issue like 1 March 21, so the duration for the notes payable usually under 1 year or 1 year. So let's say 1 March 22. Means the company, this is the company, the company who issued the notes payable, will get the money from this specific individual because the specific individual buy the notes payable, and of course the company at the end of the note payable that in the 1 March 2022, they will pay the specific individual for the principal, hutang pokok, principal, plus the interest. Sama bunga. Ya. Okay, this is the not payable vessel bayar. Yeah, so it is individual, usually less than 1 year. At the end of the year, they need to pay the principal plus interest to the individual. That's the not payable. Is there any question until here?
Me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, will you like to please explain what is bond and the concept and what is the effect to a company?
Yeah, after this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the okay, I will move. This is the notes payable, yeah, or vessel bayar. So about the bonds, obligasi. Okay, obligasi is something like this. This is company. They issue bonds. Okay, but these bonds will go to the Pevindo first, because Pevindo need to verify this bond will get what rating. I don't know if you ever learned this before. The bonds rating, it's most likely like this: A, 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 B, B, B. If you ever learn about these ratings before in the financial accounting,
Unfortunately, no.
oh, okay. So, okay, let's skip that. So, I mean, the bonds will be read by the Pevindo, ya, PT Pemeringkat Efek Indonesia, and of course, ya, Pevindo will be supervised by the OJK. Okay, means these bonds will be evaluated by the Pevindo. Of course, the Pevindo will assess the company, like the credibility, yeah, the asset, yeah, all of the others. Of course, by the CPA also, yeah, the CPA firm. Means the company need to hire the CPA firms to get like the opinion, what kind of opinion, yeah, for some kind of the administration for Pevindo evaluation. And of course, the Pevindo has the other ways to, make sure the ratings for your bonds in here, yeah, will be rate AAA or maybe AA or maybe D, yeah. Means the AAA is the best, yeah. Means the bonds is very qualified, yeah, have a good quality, yeah. The company itself is there is no problem with the finance, yeah, good going concern and etc. But the D is like, oh, this company have issue for the going concern. They have in red, yeah, they have a loss in the 2 last year or maybe something like that, yeah. So the bonds quality will decide by the Pevindo, and of course the Pevindo will take a look with the company, the condition, yeah, company condition. Okay, until here. If ever, yeah, oh, Pevindo already evaluate and your bond in here will get a rating. Wow, it's good. Yeah, this bond will be open to public. Yeah, this is the main difference. To the limited market. Yeah, all of the people who knows that the company, oh, this C company already issued the bonds and the bonds already rate AA by the Pevindo. It's a good bonds. Yeah, these people can buy the bonds. Yeah, this is the difference. And after that, yeah, of course, for the and usually it's more than 1 year, the duration of time. more than 1 year, maybe 5 year, 4 year, yeah, something like that. If you know ORI, yeah, I don't know if you ever heard this. ORI is kind of the bonds issued by the government. If any of you ever heard ORI?
I suppose that's obligasi RI.
Yeah. This is obligation issued by the government, ORI. And usually ORI, the interest rate of the ORI is above the deposito, usually. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It is the same with ORI, yeah. And after some the time, yeah, maybe let's say these bonds have the 5 years duration. Yeah. So at the end of the due date, the company will pay the principal plus interest, the same. But the duration is long duration, and many people can wait a minute. Sorry, Mr. Hendra. Mr. Hendra asked me. Okay, so until here, is there any question about the difference about the not payable and the bonds? Wait a minute, I need to go to the restroom. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so that's the difference about the bonds and the not payable. Yeah, maybe the reason why in Indonesia they don't release the not payable because all of the financial instrument like this will need to supervise by the OJK. But if the company, if each of the company release the not payable, of course it's difficult for OJK to supervise. Yeah, something like that. That's why we don't usually say not payable like the debt of the contract, yeah, like the perjanjian hutang, yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's not payable. Okay, that's the difference. So once again, usually people use company Indonesia use bank loan or bonds, and usually most of them use bank loan. Yeah, because once again, yeah, if we undo, oh, cannot. Okay, once again, the bonds, it's if you, yeah, this is, I want to give you the difference about the bank loans and the bonds. Okay, bank loans means you will apply, yeah, you will apply to the bank, yeah, the company in here will apply to the bank to need like request some money. Yeah, it is like, oh, I want to request this bank loan. Can you provide that for me? Provide for me. Oh yes, I can, but you need to like guarantee something to me, and I will assess your plafond, yeah, the principal for the debt, and the interest is like this. So means the bank will assess you, yeah, directly and will accept the numbers you request. Example, yeah, you request 1 billion, yeah, $1 billion lah, $1 billion. But the bank after assess, you cannot have 1 billion. Maybe only, yeah, after assess maybe like 100 million, yeah, 100 million. And you need to guarantee your asset, fixed asset, yeah, your building, your land, blah 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 blah. And you need to keep the ratio, something like this, your financial ratio. There are so many requirements, yeah. And of course, the interest itself, it's not that it's kind of high. But the important things is this 100 million will directly give it to you that time, full of 100 million. That's the advantage of the bank loan. But if you talk about the bonds is like you issue the bonds, and many people may be attracted to your bond, or maybe don't have any interest in your bond. Means these bonds maybe you want to get $1 billion, but can you get the $1 billion? Maybe, but maybe you can also only get 300 million. Why? Because depends on who want to buy your bonds. This is the main difference. For the bank, you will get the sum, lump sum, all of the money that you request after assess. But in the bonds, it's kind of unpredictable. If you have to issue $1 billion for some time, maybe 1 month I want to issue, but for 1 month only a few people buy, and the sum is 300 million. So you only get the 300 million. But the bright side, you can, for this bond, because it's already rating by the Pevindo, and this is the bond you issue, you can set the interest. Different with the bank loan. The bank loan will set the interest. Of course, the people who want to buy your bond, of course, also look at the interest you offer. So you get the main difference about these two. So it depends on the objective, the company objective. If they only want to get a fresh money, maybe they want to go with the bonds. But some company usually have the specific objective, like, oh, I want to buy some machines, or I want to buy acquisition this company. So the exact amount it's already calculated. That's why many companies need the bank loans, to get the lump sum money. Not unpredictable like this. Okay, until here, is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So once again, in Indonesia, usually they use bank loan and obligation, but most of them usually use bank loan. Even though there are many requirements, even though you have to guarantee something to the bank, but it's all good, for them. Okay, so for the objective of the audit of the notes payable or the debt, the debt way, not the capital way. Firstly, the internal control over the notes payable are educated. You need to have like proper internal control. It's not that difficult because the transaction is few. But you need the educate internal control. And of course, the principal and the interest of the bonds of the not payable need to be properly authorized and recorded. Once again, need properly authorized, authorisasi, and record in the financial statement. And of course, the liability for notes payable and the related interest expense, and of course the accrual liability, need to properly stated. Disclosure matters need to have the 4 presentation and disclosure audit objective. Okay, let's go to the idx.com. We will I will show you directly in the financial statement where is the place the accounts in the idx.com. This is the idx.co.id. Usually all of the stocks, if you play the stocks, you can download the financial statement in here. Of course, the annual statement in here. In here, we want to look about the financial statement. and we want to look about the whatever lah, saham stocks. There is an obligation also, but we will take a look with the stocks, because it is different market, different market. Usually people goes to the stocks, okay. Ali, let's say 2020, this is the annually, this is the last years for this financial statement. We can go and we can see in here. You can download all of this, but we go to the financial statement, annual financial statement. Okay, as you can see in here, this is the financial statement 2022 and 2019. Okay, in here you can see about the bank loans. Okay, see, we will see, is there any bank loans in here? Liability, current liability in here. Short term bank loan. So means this AALI, AALI have bank loans. 150,000. Oh, in millions. So 150 billion. 150 miliar for the 2019. And this is the current liability. There is the long-term bank loans. As you can see, it's 5 trillions. 5.5 trillions. This is the bank loans nominal. And for the detail, I mean the disclosure matters, you can see in the 19, in the notes. Let's go to the notes. 18, 19. As you can see in here, this is the detail for the bank loans. Oh, the short term comes from the Bank of China, Mandiri, Permata, and in the 2020, it's already done. Zero. They don't have any loans for the Bank of China, PT Mandiri, PT Bank Permata, and the rest is the long-term loans, 5.6 trillion. And this is the detail also, for the cash flow, the changes in the cash flow. This is the short term, this is the long term, 2020, 2019. And the other explanation about the financing, the detail of the financing, like this. And of course, there is a interest, annual interest that they have to pay. And there's others explanation in here. Club loan financing. This is the financing about the PT Maybank, CMB, Mandiri, DBS, OCBC, NSB. This is the long term, with these interest numbers, 7.7%. Okay, this is the loan facility. So this is the 3.3 trillion. This is the 2 trillion. So it means 5.4 trillion. So you can see in the detail in here. As you can see, this is only one account, named bank loan. But the disclosure in the notes of the financial statement is kind of detailed. And all of this is necessary. All of this is necessary. You need to describe what type of the loan they receive, the interest, the principal, the time, and the others. Of course, also with the guarantee. Let's say the guarantee. Where is the guarantee? Okay. Expired in here. Facility. PT Bank Permata, PT Bank Mandiri, Bank of China. Where is the guarantee? I don't see guarantee. Oh, there is no loan facility, there is no guarantee, tidak ada jaminan. Wow, so generous. Wow, it's kind of.
How come you said it is generous, sir?
maybe they sell their name. Maybe this Ali is good. Wow. Enter the club and facilities.
What does that even mean, sir?
But there is no guarantee, you mean?
Yeah.
Usually, if you want to borrow some money, you need to place something, deposit something. But in here, I don't see any guarantee. Also, they state tidak ada jaminan atas fasilitas pinjaman bersama. Wow. Okay. It's kind of strange. Maybe because they have the name, good names. Because of that, and also after assess the profitability or something like that, maybe they decide they don't need to take any guarantee. But of course, the loan, the interest, it's kind of so lah. It's kind of normal for the loans. Okay, this is the bank loans usually. Okay, so we will go to the PowerPoint again. Okay, this one already done. Okay, so we go to the internal control. Okay, once again, internal control. Okay, there are 4 important things about the control for the notes payable, the debt. Firstly, the authorization, of course. Usually the top management. They can issue the new notes. And of course, you need to have an educate controls for the repayment. Once again, if you not pay for the day, you have to pay. Of course, there is kind of penalty, or maybe you have to go to the judgment. Because once again, it's all legal transaction. Hukum perdata berlaku. Okay, so you need to take attention about the repayment for the principal and interest, and you need to have the proper documents and records, and there is a periodic independent verification, usually from the bank, usually. And for the test of control, okay, this is the internal control. For the test of control, of course, you need to focus for activity, for the test of control. Okay, for the test of transaction, you need to verify the accuracy for the recording, the records, pencatatannya harus akurat, the accuracy, especially for the principal and interest. That's for the TOC and STOT. Okay. And this is the example for the analytical procedure. Kind of, we don't really use analytical procedure for these cycles because kind of useless, because the procedure audit procedure for these cycles usually cover the analytical procedure, usually. So kind of useless, but you can compare, Okay, and for the test of detail balance, you need to pay attention that the assertion you need to accomplish is the completeness and accuracy. This is the 2 most important for the notes payable, for the bonds, for the bank loans. Okay, and of course, for the test of detail balance, you need to receive from the client, from the company, you need to receive the schedule. They have the schedule for the notes payable. From the schedule, you need like to recalculate, check the existency, check the occurrence and the others. So the TDB will be like this. And if you see in the slide 12 and 13. This is one working paper, yeah. So I will combine these two in here. Okay, I will minimize this one and this one, and I will combine these two. Wait. Okay, so it will be like this. As you can see in here, the notes, this is the XYZ company. The account is not payable. This is the schedule. Yeah. The audit year is 2016. Yeah. 31 December 2016. This is your information, the auditor information. Yeah. Prepared by the DB in the 1 December. Yeah. Approved by the GL, the supervisor auditor. And this is the schedule. Yeah. This one is the schedule. What the auditors do is the tick marks. As you can see in here, there is a N symbol. There is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and X. Yeah, all of these tick marks in here. This is the details, description of the tick marks. This is what the auditor do for these cycles, for this schedule. Okay, now let's see about the schedule component. This is the not payable. The not payable, there are three pay. Yeah, means you loan for to this first national bank. You make a loan to the second national bank. You make a loan to the third national bank. And this is the date of the notes payable. Like I said before, usually it's kind of short term and usually under 1 year or 1 year. As you can see, 30 September until 30 September 26, yeah, means in here in the audit, this notes payable will be paid by the XYZ company. This payable. The principal amount, the first amount, principal amount is $10,000. What kind of the security they have? It's they like offer guarantee the like the investment guarantee. This is kind of this guarantee. They give like guarantee the investment of value of 15,000. Yeah, this is you need you don't have to worry about this. And usually the guarantee is above the first amount that you need to you loan. Yeah, and in here you can see, yeah, from this line until this line. Sorry, until this line. This is the principal changes. Yeah, this is the principal changes. Like you see in here, the First National Bank, the beginning period is 10,000. Yeah, why? Because the First National Bank not payable acquired from the 30 September 2015. Of course, they have the balance in the 1 January 2016. And the balance is 10,000 like this. And of course, because it will end at the 30 September 2016, they will pay the principal. Yeah, of course, at the end of the period, they will have zero balance for First National Bank. For the second and third, because they acquire the notes, yeah, the money from the notes is 30 September 16 and 31 October 16. Of course, they will have the ending balance, yeah, for the 31 December 2016. Means the total of the notes payable, yeah, for the XYZ company is 20,000. And as you can see in here, N means food. Foot means you calculate vertically, yeah. You calculate vertically. X, you mean cross foot means you calculate horizontally. Yeah, that's for the tick mark description. For the number one in here, number one means this beginning balance you already trace to the prior year audit schedule. Okay, this is what auditor do. The auditor will take a look at the financial statement from the 2015, and they take a look for the ending balance for the 2015, and it will become the beginning balance in 2016. And they already check it's 10,000. Same with the schedule. Yeah, the first trace to the prior year audit schedule. Second, in here, second, for the addition, yeah, the auditors obtain and review the copy of the note, include in the permanent file. Means the auditor will receive the not payable, yeah, this not payable from the Second National Bank, International Bank. After that, they copy the not payable and document in the permanent file, yeah, save in the permanent file. That's the second tick mark. The third tick mark in here, third number in here, is the auditor examine the cancel note or the payment check, yeah, the payment not payable, yeah. They will check whether these notes, the First National Bank already pay or not. And for the fourth number in here, the auditor check with whether the balance at the end of the period is agree to the confirmation bank, the bank confirmation. So once again, for the notes payable, you need to do the confirmation. I means when you audit the cash in bank, you will give confirmation to the bank. The bank will reply your balance and also the some of the others document like the notes payable. In here, the confirmation you receive from the bank is agree. Means this number, yeah, 10,000 is stated in the bank confirmation. Also with the rate, yeah, for 4.75, 5%, 5%, also stated in the bank confirmation. And for the five is this number 20,000. You already trace to the general ledger, yeah. This number in the schedule you already trace to the GL. The GL also state 20,000. And the auditor also sits in here. They recompute expense and accrue expense. In here you can see 666 in here. The auditor have a recalculation, recompute about the formula. So in here you can see the expense is 356,125 $85. So is it accurate or not? We can actually wait a second. I will share my screen. Yeah, let's do the quick calculation. As you can see in here, let's say Second National Bank, yeah? Second bank. Okay, the second bank, the maturity date is 30 September. 30 September until 30 September 2016. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh. Until 2017. It doesn't matter. Means the maturity date until 31 December. Yeah. Until 31 December means 3 months. Yeah. October, November, December. Yeah. 3 months. 3 months of interest. Okay. And the interest for the second bank, the principal is $10,000. $10,000. Okay. And for the percentage, the rate is 5% annually. And in here, the client, the company, record the number is 125. Okay, is it true that the expense they record is really 125? Let's have a recompute. So 10,000, okay, 10,000 principal. The expense you already received the benefit is 3 months. Yeah, 3 months for 1 year. Because it's already 1 year, you need to multiply with the 5%. Yes, it's the same number with the recalculation of the client. Yeah, 10,000, 3 months, 5%. The expense is 125. This is 125 is the 3 months interest that the company have to record in the interest expense. Yeah. So this is the calls recompute expense and accrue interest. Okay. Until here, is there any question?
Maybe not now, sir.
Okay, thank you. So once again, if you become an auditor and you need to audit the bank loans or maybe some similar with the notes payable, bonds, and the others, yeah, this is the way you do the audit. Yeah, you need to recalculate, take a look to the GL, take a look to the notes payable itself. Yeah, and check with the confirmation from the bank, yeah, something like that. Okay, this is the test of detail balance for the notes payable. And you can actually see for yourself, yeah, for the common test of detail balance for each of the assertion, yeah, detail tie-in, existence, completeness, accuracy, classification, cut-off, obligations. Okay, and this is the common test, and this is the comment. Okay, now we will go to the learning objective 3. Okay, so now we will go for the owner's equity. So for the learning objective 2, we already talked about the debt. Right now we will go to the equity. If we talk about the equity, we need to consider about whether the company is public or not. Yeah, public company or not. Yeah. So for the closed corporation or not the public one, they only have few shareholders. Yeah, only few shareholders, and only occasional have a transaction. Yeah, it's very few. Yeah, that's for the closed corporation, not the public. But for the public corporation, it's much more complex, and the verification is necessary, especially for the capital and common stocks. Yeah, paid in capital in excess of par, return earning, and related dividend. Yeah. If you ever know the paid in capital, yeah, the paid in capital is definition is like this. This is the difference. Yeah, paid in capital in excess of par is the difference between the fair value, yeah, the fair market value paid for the stock and the stock par value. Means you sell your stock, but the outcome you got high price for your stocks. Kind of profit lah ya, margin ya, margin, kind of margin. Yeah, paid in capital in excess of par. So in here you can see the relationship. Yeah, firstly we issue the stock, yeah, common stock, yeah, common stock. After we issue, of course, we got the money, yeah, in here, debit. Okay, and of course, if we sell the stocks in the market, public market, and they want to buy more than the initial price of the stocks, you will have to make a journal to the paid-in capital in excess of par. You got the margin, the difference from the fair value with the stocks fair value, and of course you need to recognize it as the cash. Okay. After you got the money, yeah, of course you have the obligation to pay the dividend. Yeah, don't forget, if you got the capital stocks, you need to pay the dividend. Yeah. For the dividend, don't forget the dividend first transaction is when the dividend is declared. Once again, it's not the payment, but the declare first. When the dividend is declared, you need to make a journal. Of course, dividend payable is the debt, means the normal balance is credit. Yeah. When the dividend is declared, you need to credit. And of course, wait a second. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Yeah. We go in here, yeah, sorry. Dividend declare, yeah. We need to make a journal when the company declare the dividends. Of course, it will goes to the credit, and the debit will goes to the return earning. Once again, you make a dividends. You will propose the dividends. You will take the money from the return earning. Ya, laba ditahan. Yeah, after that, after declare, you need to pay the dividend. Of course, this dividend declare will end the payment of the dividend. The ending balance will be zero. Yeah, and of course, you need to pay in the cash in bank. Yeah, this is the relationship about the accounts in the capital. Okay, until here, is there any question? Wait a minute, yeah. I will make a quick. Mr. Lodo come to me. Wait. Okay, let's start again. Okay, PowerPoint. Okay, is there any question about the relationship? I think it's clear enough, yeah. Yeah, means yeah, the auditor needs this kind of knowledge to do the audit. Okay, let's go to the next part. The next part is about the internal controls. Yeah, internal controls for the owner's equity. Yeah, the equity that you got from the stocks issue. First, you need to know about the authorization of the transactions. And for the authorization for this kind of transaction is all of them must be approved by the BOD, yeah, by the board of directors. Means in Indonesia we usually call rapat umum pemegang saham. Once again, all of the transaction must be approved by the rapat umum pemegang saham, all of them, like the issuance of the stock, repurchase of the stock, or we call it treasury stocks, declaration of the dividends, all of them need to be approved by the BOD. Not the payment, yeah. Payment not included in here, yeah, as you can see. But mostly for the transaction need to be approved by the rapat umum pemegang saham. Okay, and of course when they have a meetings, they will have the minute. Where is it? Oh, there is no minute of the board of directors meetings. Yeah, notulensi dari rapat umum pemegang saham. Ya, every meetings they also have a minutes. Ya, the notulensi. Okay, that's for the authorization. Yeah, so it's not the management authorization again, but it's already in the owner. Yeah, owner authorization. In here we call it rapat umum pemegang saham. And the second, you need to have the proper records, yeah, for the keeping and segregation of data. Means the internal control must ensure that all of the owner, yeah, you already recognize all of the owner. Means, as you can see in here, the closed corporation, it's not difficult to recognize the shareholders. But for the public one, of course, yeah, you need to recognize all of the owners in here. Yeah, so the actual owners of the stock are recognized in the corporate records. Yeah, all of the owners. Yeah, whether 1,000 or maybe 10,000 people, yeah, have to be recorded. Yeah, because it's public company. All of the people can buy, even you. Yeah, even you. Okay, and the second, have the correct amount, of course, yeah, the accuracy of the dividend pay, yeah, and the date. The third, maybe there is a potential for the misappropriation of asset, but in this recently, maybe almost, I don't know, yeah, there is no like fraud case about these cycles, yeah. It's most likely zero, yeah, because once again, all of the like public company, yeah, usually it's supervised by the OJK, yeah. It's kind of tight, yeah. The security itself, the requirement they have to provide, yeah. It's kind of susah, ya, sudah ketat. So the potential for misappropriation of asset for this cycle is kind of it's minimized lah. It's kind of small change to do the misappropriation of asset. Yeah, that's for the proper records. Yeah, the owners, the accuracy, the potential of misappropriation. Yeah, if you have like false record, of course, it's kind of misappropriation of asset. Yeah. Okay, and the third is the independent register and the stock transfer agent. Okay, I will say kind of the similar with this people, yeah, because in here is kind of in the US, yeah, not in Indonesia, but in Indonesia maybe we can say, yeah, like the first one, any company with the stock list on a security exchange is required to engage an independent registrar as a control to prevent the improper issue of stock certificate. Means, yeah, in here in Indonesia, we can say it's already supervised or controlled, informed by the OJK. Yeah, but once again, all of the stock market securities, financial securities will be supervised by the OJK. Means the independent register in here to control to prevent for the improper issue is conducted by the OJK. Yeah, so we can say maybe the independent register is the OJK itself, the IDX, the Bursa Efek Indonesia. Sorry, Bursa Efek Indonesia. But once again, Bursa Efek Indonesia is supervised by the OJK. Yeah, this is the independent register. So it's most likely you cannot seenaknya ya bikin issue the stocks, but have to be goes to the independent register like Bursa Efek Indonesia. Okay, the second, large company employ the service of the stock transfer agent to maintain the records, including those documenting the transfer of the stock ownership. Usually in here you can say we have to like cooperate with the financial institution, the financial institution. Let's say if we talk about the stocks, maybe if we talk in Widya Mandala, we can say we have a corporation with Sukor, Sukor Investment. Yeah, it is like Sukor is the transfer agent to maintain your records. Yeah, if you ever play the stocks, play stocks in the stock markets, all of your history of the transaction, records, money, balance, portfolio, all of them already maintained by the transfer agent or the financial institution. Let's say the Sukor Investment. You can download the application. From the application, you can maintain or automatically maintained by the Sukor, something like that. And many company also use the transfer agent to disperse the cash dividend. So if you play in the financial institution Sukor Investment, the Sukor will most likely give you the information about the dividend or maybe the RUPS, rapat umum pemegang saham, usually by email, usually, or maybe you can directly ask the people on there, something like that. Okay, so this is the control, about the owner's equity. Is there any question in here? So I mean the third number in here, you don't have to auditor don't have too many problems, because in here it's already the third party, the third party, not the company itself. Okay, is there any question until here?
Still safe, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So means you can just make a confirmation to this party, and you got the independent documents, from them. And the issue is you need to take a look for the minute of the board of director meetings, and of course check of the correct amount. Okay, that's for the owner's equity. And if we take a look, to the Google, to the financial statement, you can see in here the financial statement, for the equity. In here, the equity attribute to the owner, share capital, or we can say common stock, modal saham in here, share capital, and this is the additional paid in capital, the excess, the additional paid in capital, you can see in 21 and 22. Okay, let's go to the 21, 22, 21. This is the share capital. You can see, the share capital for the AALI is majority comes from the PT Astra International, kind of almost 80%, for these numbers, 1.9 million, 1.9 billion, sorry, but if you take a look in the description, the represents common share capital with the par value, I mean this par value, nilai dasar dari saham itu sendiri is 500 rupiah, and the capital itself, the full capital itself is 4 billion, 4 billion shares, which means the issue one and fully paid capital are almost 2 billion. This means the PT Astra International, who have the 1.5 billion shares of the AALI, is not the majority, because as you can see in here, the full shares is 4 billion, and the public shares, the shares that issue to the public is 1.9 billion. Means the 2 billions is still provided by the AALI itself, for the AALI itself. So means the majority of the shareholders still goes to the AALI, not the PT Astra International, something like that. But if we take a look in here, it's kind of 30% more, You can say they have to do the consolidation, Okay. That's the material for Mr. Lucas material, for the UAS. consolidation, kind of difficult. Yeah. And that's the capital stocks, and this is the additional paid in capital. Yeah, additional paid in capital. You can see the additional paid in capital. It's kind of big because of the limited public offering one. Yeah. After that, 132,000 is from the IPO. Yeah. So as you can see in here, yeah, if some company want to go public, before they go to the public or IPO or the initial public offering, they will offer to the some limited party. Yeah, as you can see in here, yeah. Yeah, some limited party before they will release, yeah, release officially to the public. Yeah, let's say the IPO. Yeah, so that's why in here you can see in the bigger picture. Yeah, the stocks itself is 932 billion. But because some party want to pay more than the par value, the AALI get 3.8, 3.8 billion, for the capital. So this is the importance about the capital. As you can see, the number is material. So if you have any misstatement for this kind of financial statement disclosure, of course it will call it material, will be recognized as material. Okay, until here, is there any question? Okay, I will continue. Okay, PowerPoint. Okay, let's go to the last learning objective. For the last learning objective, we will go to the TOC, STOT, TDP. For the audit of capital stock and the paid in capital, like I show you before, capital stock and paid in capital, auditor have four main concern. Four main concern. These four, the first two is for the TOC and STOT. The other two is for the TDP. Okay. For the TOC and STOT, you need to pay attention about the existing capital stock transaction are recorded. Means you need to accomplish the completeness assertion audit objective. Completeness. Existing capital stock transaction are recorded, are completely recorded. For this kind of issue, you can have to review the minutes of the board of director meetings. Notulensi rapat umum pemegang saham. Okay, for the second, the recorded capital stock transaction occur and are accurately recorded. Occur, terjadi, occur, and accurate, occurrence and accuracy assertion. For the occurrence, you can review the minutes, and for the accuracy, you can confirm with the confirmation letter. Something like that. That's for the TOC and STOT. To make sure the occurrence, accuracy, and the completeness. And for the TDP, you need to pay attention for the capital stock is accurately recorded. In here, you need to send the confirmation letter to the transfer agent. And the recorded par value can be verified by simple mathematics. You can multiply the number of the share by the par value. That's all. That's for the accuracy. And for the capital stock is properly presented and disclosure. Like in the notes, before in the financial statement of AALI, you can see the disclosure and what kind of information they present. Okay, that's for the audit of capital stock and paid in capital. Kind of simple, Simple, existing capital stock transaction recorded capital stock transaction occur and accurately recorded. capital stock is accurately recorded. Yeah, capital stock is properly present and disclosure. Okay. And for the audit of dividend, yeah, we say the dividend, you need to pay attention for the 6 transaction audit objective. Yeah, first transaction, the recorded dividends occur. Yeah, benar-benar terjadi. It means all of the dividends matters will be recorded in the minutes of the board of director meetings. You can see in the notulensi rapat umum pemegang saham, all of them, whether it's really want to declare the dividends or not. The second, the existing dividend are recorded. Okay. And the third, the dividends are accurately recorded. You can have the recalculation, yeah, by the simple mathematics, yes, kind of the amount of dividend per share you can multiply with the number of the share outstanding. Yeah. Nilai dividen dikali dengan saham beredar. That's all. And for the fourth, yeah, dividends are paid to the stockholder that exists. Yeah, you need to confirm the stockholders that receive the payment is exists. Yeah, and the fifth, dividend payable are recorded. Of course, you can check in the GL. Dividends payable are accurately recorded. Yeah, so it means you can have the confirmation to the transfer agents, yeah, for the accuracy. Yeah, for the accuracy. Okay, that's for audit of dividends. And lastly, it's about the audit of return earning. Okay, for the return earning, yeah, if you take a look in the financial statement, the return earning position is in here, below the capital stocks. Yeah, means the return earning will comes from in here. Yeah, you can see in the statement of changes in equity. Yeah, return earnings will comes from the dividend cash dividend. The this time is loss. Yeah, profit. Yeah, the profit. Yeah, only these two. Yeah, so means in here you can see in the PowerPoint. For the return earnings audit, you need to pay attention for these two. The net earning or loss, yeah, of for the year, and in the income statement, yeah, in the income statement you can take a look whether it is a loss or profit, yeah, the net income, yeah, and the dividend declare, yeah. So the net earning will increase the return earning. The dividend declare will decrease the return earning. And the others comes from the adjustment journal. Usually adjustment from the prior year, yeah, usually. And for the auditor, yeah, this is what they have to do. The auditor have firstly to trace the entry, yeah, the increasing of the return earning to the net earning on the income statement. Yeah, if it's profit, it will increase. If it's loss, it will decrease. Okay. Second, you need to check whether there is declared dividends or not. You can check in the minutes of the board of director meeting. And the third, you need to take a look for the other adjustment. Yeah, because the correction, maybe there is a correction from the previous year earnings. Maybe there is some kind of adjustment that have to be charged directly to the return earning. Yeah, and okay, lastly, you need to decide the accuracy by review the legal documents related. Yeah, and of course, don't forget the timing. Yeah, okay. This is the audit of return earning. Okay, is there any question about the this material for this week? Is there any question? Yeah, because the material is end here. Is there any question? Anselo, is you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any question about the chapter 22?
I think not yet, sir. It's pretty clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. So once again, this chapter is kind of simple, yeah, kind of simple, and there is not many transaction, but all of the transaction is highly material and have a legal, yeah, relationship, yeah. Means you can have the perdata, means yeah, hukum perdata, yeah, kind of risk, and usually there is no misstatement in here because the simple nature, yeah, something like that. And don't forget once again, yeah, the material is ends here. Don't forget to do the assignment. The assignment will ends it at the Sunday, yeah, at the end of the Sunday, the deadline. Don't forget to do. And next week we will go to the inventory, yeah, kind of difficult, yeah, kind of complex, but we will go to the inventory chapter. Okay, if there is no any other question, we can end our class. So, yeah, Mario is disappear. It's okay. So